When I started this channel a couple years back, I began by covering budget-oriented tech because at the time I was like 15 and had like $2 and a candy wrapper to my name. And as I've grown on this platform, I've covered more and more expensive and mainstream tech. And while that's great and all, the fact of the matter is not everyone is willing to give up an arm and a leg for a brand new smartphone. And that's exactly why I bought this brand new, more budget-oriented smartphone from Samsung. This is the Samsung Galaxy A51, which goes for around 300 USD. And yeah, I'm really excited today to unbox this and give you my first impressions of it. And for the first time ever, I'm going to be conducting a giveaway and giving one of these away to a lucky contestant in this amazing audience that I'm looking at right now. Thank you for allowing me to speak about what I love for a living on YouTube. It's an amazing profession, and this is the least I can do. So I will be providing the steps or the requirements to enter this giveaway at some point in this video, so be sure to watch it all the way through. And as always, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, as the YouTube algorithm likes that, and will help push my content to more people. So after screwing up that intro like 27 times, here we are to finally unbox this product. I'm super excited to see what Samsung has to offer for around 300 bucks right now. This is the A51 once again in the, what color is this? It's called Prism Crush Blue in the 120 gigabyte variant here. And the box doesn't seem to have any adhesive or any plastic surrounding it. So let's just dive right in here. Pull the lid off. And here we are presented with the phone. We'll, I guess, kind of get it out of the package here. And before I get to the phone, let's just acknowledge what's in the box before forgetting all about it. We get a wired pair of headphones with a headphone jack, which tells me that this phone does have a headphone jack somewhere on the bottom here. Yes, that's kind of nice in 2020. Then we also have a USB Type-C cord to charge this phone. That's a nice touch. I'm happy to see that. And then we get the power brick too, just a pretty basic one from Samsung. So let's push this off to the side. Like I said, no one really cares about what's in the box. We care about the phone. And my first impressions, I love the color here. Let's get the plastic off first of all. And the plastic is now off, and the plastic says we have an Infinity O display, we have a quad camera setup, and an on-screen fingerprint. So cool. I'm gonna put the plastic in the box, and I'm gonna pull. Is there any more? There's more plastic on the sides here, so let's get that off. So I believe there's no more plastic covering on this phone other than the screen protector, which I'm going to keep on for right now. So let's power it on here. And while this is turning on, let's just admire the back color here. I do love this blue sort of green sheen and the interesting lines here. And we also have a really interesting L-shaped camera setup, which we might see with the S20 or the S11, whatever it's called. Iniciando Android, initiating. See, I know Spanish. Let's change the language here. English. United States. This is what happens when you buy a global phone off Amazon. That's never happened to me before. So I will put in my Google Fi SIM here for my OnePlus 7 Pro. And look at the size of the SIM tray. We have 2 SIM card areas and an area for a micro SD card. So we get expansion and dual SIM here. That's really nice to see. My Fi SIM is in here now, so let's place this back in the phone. I have read all the terms and conditions. And here we are on the home screen of this device, finally. And here is One UI automatically running very nicely here. Animations are very smooth, as you can see. Let's set up a fingerprint real quick here, because I accidentally canceled that while I was setting up. So let's do fingerprints here. I'll enter my PIN, continue, and I'm going to add my thumb. So 18%, 27%. So this is not like the quickest I've ever seen, but it's definitely nice that it's placed on the front, but we will see how long it takes to unlock the phone, and that's all that's important. So setup is one thing, but actually putting it into practice is another, 100%. All right, so let's click done, and let's actually try unlocking the phone now with my fingerprint. And that's pretty quick. Not the quickest I've ever seen ever, because this is a budget smartphone, but it seems to be pretty accurate, just like when I had the Tab S6. So this is working very, very well, and once again, it's in a very convenient spot on the front of the device. So let's go on YouTube right quick to test out the display quality here and the speakers. So first up, let me just connect to Wi-Fi, and I will play, I don't know, a video from Brandon Havard. So we are watching this video at 1080p on the Super AMOLED 2400 by 1080 display here. Let's see how good it actually looks. and test the speakers while we're doing so.
So this is the iPhone 11 Pro. It's been 4 months, almost half of its life cycle. Ridiculously good experience, and this phone just takes it up another notch.
Okay, so video watching experience is A+. It looks really, really nice. Great contrast, great colors, and sharpness. The speakers on here are okay. They're not the best I've ever heard, but they're definitely down-firing. I wasn't hearing anything coming out of here. Maybe that just might be this video. I don't know. But yeah, the speaker quality is probably like a B-B, while the display quality here isn't the best I've ever seen, mind you, but it's very, very good for what you're paying for, I think. Let's do a quick little photo test. I'm going to take a picture of this camera that I have right here. So I'll just take one without adjusting any settings yet. So here we go. So looking at this photo, the image processing looks nice. We got nice sharpness, nice clarity. Is it the best I've ever seen from a Samsung phone? Probably not. I think my Fold or a Note 10 could do better, but obviously this phone is significantly less expensive, which makes this impressive. Let's test out some more photos here. So as you can see, we have an ultra wide capability right here, which looks all right. Let's take a photo there, and let's go back to the main camera, get a close-up of the camera on this OnePlus 7 Pro here. We also got Pro Mode, Panorama, Macro, Food, Night, Super Slow-Mo, Slow-Mo, Hyperlapse, and then of course we have a video mode here where you can shoot, I believe, 4K on the front and back cameras. So let's just take a look. 4K UHD option available right there, and on the front, the same thing. That's nice to see. Doing some quick research, the camera setup that we have on the back here is really interesting. We have a 48 megapixel main sensor with an aperture of f1.8, a 12 megapixel ultra wide at f2.2. We have a 5 megapixel depth camera at f2.2 and a 5 megapixel macro camera at f2.4. Let's test out that macro camera, and here we are multitasking here. That seems to be pretty smooth actually, once again, for what you're paying for. So let's go into the more options and click on the macro option right here. Let's get super that works really well. Wow. I mean, it should if it says macro, but that's really impressive. I've never been able to do that with a smartphone here, and for $300, that's quite the feature. I personally might think that a macro camera is just as valuable as an ultra wide, but we'll see in my further testing with this device. When will the Motorola Razr be released?
February 6th. Pre-order starting on January 26th and will be fully released in the US on February 6th.
About damn time. God almighty. So I have yet to conduct my full review of this phone, which should be coming very soon. I also might be doing some comparison videos if this video does well, and overall, for what I'm seeing here, for what I paid for, I'm very impressed with what I'm getting. Is it the best feeling, best performing phone on the market? Obviously not. This is not meant for somebody who wants all the bells and whistles. If you're that person, you're going to buy a flagship anyway. But if you're looking for a nice budget Samsung experience that's going to be supported, that's going to receive updates, that has a nice display with a hole punch, that has a lot of the features that most people want with a decent camera setup from what I can see, then this might be the phone for you. And again, we're going to be doing a giveaway here. I'm going to reveal the details in a minute, and I'm super excited for whoever gets to use this phone. It's a really nice handset and should serve you very, very well. So in order to enter this giveaway, I need you to do 5 things. Number 1, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would love to see more Android peeps on board for future Android content. Number 2, follow me on Instagram at NOAHH3R. MAN. Number 3, follow me on Twitter. I still have to figure out my username, so I'll list it out right here. Number 4, direct message me on Instagram with 2 screenshots. The first one proving that you've subscribed to me on YouTube, and the second one proving that you followed me on Twitter. And number 5, this is the best part. I need you to leave a comment in the comment section, or rather a caption of this photo. This is one of my favorite pictures ever taken of my friend Isaac. You know him as Canoopsy. So if you make the perfect comment to match this picture that makes me laugh, I will choose you to win this phone. And also in the comment, leave your Instagram account username so I can search you up in my DMs and just confirm that everything matches up and that you are eligible to win, and that we can, talk and figure out how we're going to get you this phone. And that about wraps things up. I hope this video was helpful. Good luck to all of you in winning this phone. I'm super excited to see the responses that I get. I'm really excited to also review this phone and compare it to other phones and just get into more budget-oriented content. There is a huge market market for that, and I know a lot of you, once again, don't want to buy $1,000 smartphones. And I hope that this decade, budget smartphones get better and better. And I think this phone really does prove that, especially with its display. It looks amazing. It's super AMOLED with a hole punch, and the software experience seems great. So we'll do a full review coming soon, comparisons and other content on this phone as well. I'd really appreciate it, once again, if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.